Where have you been?
Well, I've just come back from a 2-day course with Rapid Training. We do this BikeMaster course, level 1, 2 and 3, and I've just finished level 1, and this is what this video is all about. But if you're new around here, I'm Andy, and I've been riding bikes now for just under a year. So I'm in this weird area of not being a beginner, but I'm not an expert either. And that leads me on to one thing that we just need to clear up. So you might notice if you watch the channel regularly that the format changed a little bit, and that's because we were trying to do something different, weren't we? And polish things up, because we are a little bit rough around the edges, especially me.
Well,
we spent, if I'm honest, we spent a long time on those videos, but they're not as well received. So we want to thank everybody for your feedback. We've listened to you, and we're going to go back to the old style, but try and get a bit more structure so that we can cut some of this waffling out that we tend to do. We're just trying to make it better, so thank you. Okay, right. Let's talk about Rapid Training.
Okay.
So basically, what happened was I went down to Lincolnshire.
Right.
And I met up with a guy called Graham Allen.
Okay.
So Graham is an ex-Met police officer.
Okay.
So he rides bikes, and he also does the police cars.
Okay.
And then when he retired, he went and he actually trains police officers for all that stuff. You know, that T-Pack where you like knock cars and all that.
On the TV.
Yeah, well, he trains that and also the bike stuff, but he works for Rapid Training. So at Rapid, I met Dave Hewson, and Dave is an ex-TT rider.
So he knows his stuff.
Yeah, you can find Dave actually on YouTube, and you can watch some of his laps. It's fast, really fast. So when I turned up at the petrol station, both guys were there, put me at ease. You got to think that I've turned up, and I know that the tuition is normally 1 tutor to 2 students.
Okay.
So I didn't know who I were going to be with, what the tuition's like. I know it's called Rapid, so I were a little bit like, is this going to be fast?
Sounds rapid.
It is. But anyway, they put me at ease. Got to say hello to them. I've spoken to them before, actually, because they give you a call and just speak to you. And then we met my buddy. So he was the other student, and he's called Steve. And how it started, basically, is that you have a ride, and we follow Steve, and then on the way back...
you go first. So why did you decide to do it?
Well, because although I've passed my bike test, and in the UK you've got to do this mod 1 and 2 to get what they call an A licence. So I passed that, but it teaches you how to ride on the roads, and I got like safely. But I got really, really good tuition from Simon, who took me. But I just felt like there might be a bit of a difference between riding safely and legally on the road and actually knowing how to ride a bike.
Okay.
I felt like I were a little bit timid at certain stuff, into corners, and I were hoping to get that out of it, really. So they decided that Steve would lead out. So I thought, I'll just follow him down. I think it took me about an hour to get down to Lincolnshire, maybe a bit more. Anyway, we came out of the petrol station, and Steve disappeared. Bang, he'd gone.
Fast.
Oh, Steve's a fast rider.
He is.
Steve, he's got a lovely bike. It's a Ducati Hyper Motorrad.
Sounds nice.
So I'm doing my best to keep up.
Okay.
Hanging on, but knowing from past experience that I've got to ride my own ride.
Yeah, of course.
But you know, I've got Dave at the back, which is probably the only time I'm going to have
TT.
only time I'm going to have a TT racer at back of me. But he was very gracious. I think secretly, and I think you know, Dave, I gave you a run for your money on that one, but we'll leave that. And then we pulled up at the petrol station and spun round, and then everybody followed me.
Right.
Yeah. So we had a bit of a tighter convoy on the way back.
Okay. Yeah.
So and then what happens is Graham says, "Is that how you both normally ride?" And that's your starting point.
Okay.
So the
baseline.
Yeah. So the idea is it's not to do like say you did it. It's not to make you the same rider as me. Well, you ride. We're going to get to play a story a bit later in future.
Okay.
But it's to coach either you or me or Steve or anybody else that does it, or you, and see where you are, what you want to develop, and then these guys have got the skills to
do
bring
that.
you on.
Yeah, okay.
From there, what happened was we carried on doing these rides. Graham would get either me or Steve to lead out,
Yep.
and then you do that all through day one. You stop at certain points. You have a debrief. Graham asks you how it's all gone,
Okay.
what you think went right, what you think went wrong. Totally non-judgmental.
Okay.
It is your ride, it is your license, but they want to see how you actually ride. They encourage you to ride how you ride.
do. Okay.
You know, don't put a show on, just do it as it is. And and we did the first day. It started at 9, it finished about 4 o'clock. And I thought I'd be tired and fed up of being on bike, but it were brilliant, exhilarating.
Oh, that's
really
great.
Exhilarating is probably. So, in case you're wondering, I never felt like it was too fast.
Right.
But I did feel like it were a bigger pace than what I've been used to.
Okay.
You get an email through. It says, "Congratulations, you've attained BikeMaster Level 1." I hope I didn't spoil the anticipation for you there. But yeah, so your rider report is attached. So if I open this up, you get this. This is on my phone. You can see.
Professional.
Oh, everything's professional. Really good
Is it?
comms, everything. Yeah, everything. So I'll put some of this up on there. So you get a rider report. Tells you your name, and if you've been on any previous course, what your coach is, what your bike is.
So your bike wasn't a problem for this then?
No. But you've got to have. I think it's got to be over 600cc.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it tells you what you've attained, and you've got some core skills. So BikeMaster 1 has got some core skills, BikeMaster 2 has, and then BikeMaster 3 is
way up.
Yeah, the way up. So summary of report. So it says, Andy, this was your first rapid training course, which you booked to fast track your development and also to add to your channel. So I did tell them that I was going to be recording this, and that's why you'll see paid promotion, because just for full transparency, I did pay towards the course, but I didn't pay the full amount. They actually helped me out with that, so that's why you can see that. However, we don't have to say anything. They haven't told us what to say. There's no script. We're just like, right, just film it, tell us what you think. They ask you about your car experience. That's important,
relevant, isn't it? Yeah.
It's really important, because for me, I found out that I actually rode bikes like I drive a car.
Okay. Like Miss Daisy.
And they asked what bikes you've had in the past, which told them. And you've had no further road training apart from CBT direct access, but I have joined IAM, and we're going to do some of that stuff soon as well, because I've been working on that. Your initial ride, so this is where Graham assessed me. It was from the B1398 from Curtin back to Lincoln, which is a winding country road. Overall, your ride was complimentary for a novice. No safety issues. You held the central position in your own lane as the default, though we did discuss avoiding polished road surfaces in the wet weather. So,
okay, that's an important tip then, is it?
Yeah, I did think you lacked consistency into some bends, some slower than necessary, and definitely a reticence to position near side for vision. And this was one of my big things.
Really? Did you know about this before you were told? Did you thought about it before?
Yeah. For some reason, which makes absolutely no logical sense, if I'm doing a right-hand bend, I'll arc into the middle of the road because I don't want to go into the hedge. But my mind's totally not thinking about the car that's doing equal amount of speed coming the way, which doubles it. It is, isn't it? Yeah. But I feel more comfortable, which I shouldn't do. Anyway, so Graham
You noticed that then?
Yeah. Graham sees everything, like, literally everything. Well, one example, we went round a roundabout, and he goes, "Oh, watch, there might be diesel." So I came round, and there were like a bit of a wet patch. So I carried on going. And we've got intercoms, and I went, "Graham, how did you see that diesel?" He said, "Oh, I saw it about 5 minutes before we got to it." Well,
he's
not 5 minutes.
Much further ahead.
Yeah, he weren't bragging. He just seen it. He just sees everything. You won't want to do magic in front of Graham and pick you up. Some corners slower than necessary, and not near side for vision when safe to do so. Entry pace was fine, exit pace a little stifled, and overall it appeared you were up changing gears early so that the bike was running on in higher gears rather than having better control in lower gears. On debrief, we spoke of the mid-range revs giving better throttle control for both acceleration and off-throttle restraint. The majority of day one was to assist in building confidence to read bend limit points and thus assess so that we could balance the bike into and mid-bend and accelerate out. So
cornering, corners.
But to put that into, you know, like I suppose like not normal terms, I were running the bike's revs like I'd drive a motorhome. Just chugging along.
Taking your time,
It's like, Graham's, what revs are you doing? I'm like, 3,000. He's like, no, you want to be like 5 to 7.
Really?
So we whacked it up. Obviously, the sound of the bike goes up like this, but you get a lot more control. You know, this is why I wanted to do this course. Yeah. So you don't cover this stuff on a normal test.
And so, did that work?
Oh yeah, a lot. You got a lot more engine braking and a lot more power out of the bends. So. This is all you want to power out the bend, so I'm like, yeah, okay, so coming round, well, I'll give it a bit of throttle. So in my ear, Graham's going, Andy, more power. I'm thinking, what? It's like, more power. So I'm whacking it back, like really opening it up.
That you would never have done before?
No. So it took a little bit of getting used to, so by the end of day one, lots to think about. And I got me journey home, came to see you about buzzing.
Yeah, you were really excited when you got back, weren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So day 2, what was the plan?
So day 2, we met up again. And back down in Lincoln, different place, and it was to build on what we've been working on.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and also we worked on overtaking as well and how to overtake safely.
Okay.
So basically how it all works, they have a system called VPS, Vision, Position, Speed.
Okay.
And what I've learned is really to ride fast and smooth, it's all about vision first. You can't see, you can't ride.
That kind of makes sense because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You can't go faster.
But if you think about it, I think, I don't know about you, but when I'm driving before this or even riding, I suppose it were more, you do speed and then you get your vision and then you change your position. It's like all jumbled up.
Yeah.
But you've got to have that vision first. It's all about going into a corner and having enough stopping distance to be able to stop. And by practicing that, you get to a stage where it don't matter if you've not been down the road. You know, like if you're driving, you think, oh, I don't know this road.
Yes, yes.
It don't matter if you use this system because you're looking at the vanishing point.
So far ahead.
And riding to it. And then you slow into a corner, not as slow as I were doing, but slow into a corner and then pushing yourself out. Yeah. Okay. So then we did overtakes as well, 2 different types of overtake, and we were on country lanes, giving loads of opportunity to do that. We did some motorway work, not really motorway work, but we did go down motorway and just followed Graham and saw how that worked. But just reinforcing this system.
VPS.
VPS, yeah.
I've heard you talk about that when I've been on the back. You've said VPS.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's working, it's in your mind, that, isn't it?
Well, what's happened now is I've got like, you know where people might like hear somebody talking to them?
Yeah.
I've got
Graham.
I've got Graham now. So like Graham, when I'm riding, even though Graham's not here now and he's not in my headset, I can hear him, look at the junction, wait for this, and look at this, and all this. And it were really good because if you ever watch like police interceptors, on there, it's like left, right. It were all that type of stuff.
How did it finish then?
Well, so after day 2, Graham's put, by the PM ride, you were evidencing good exit drive for the conditions of view, great foundation for the next level, and your overall pace developed, and also doing the different overtakes. But they're going to cover more of that in the next courses. And this is nice, actually. They give you a little pat on the back, which is always nice, isn't it?
Yep.
And it's a pleasure to coach a rider who is so passionate in their biking. No real issues apparent, just some tweaking of cornering, trusting the bike, which we covered to assist your development. And then they give you areas for development.
Yep.
So mine are, keep developing your early detailed continuous vision scanning.
Okay.
Looking for the hazards, opportunities by vision scanning. Trust your vision. Graham kept saying, trust the vision, trust it. If it's clear, go. If it's clear, go. Yeah. Maintain and develop your bend positioning for safety, stability, vision benefits. So that's what we were talking about, staying near side. And then maintain and develop your bend entry speeds to be slowing while searching for vision to give trust confidence to be fast out if safe. So I've passed it. I've attained BikeMaster
And is it a
Level.
pass-fail thing, is it?
No, I think what happens is that they coach you through it,
Yeah.
and they're that good that you're going to attain it by
Okay.
the end of the day, because they're starting from, everybody starts at a different spot. It's
Do you
like,
need to have done a certain thing to do the rapid? Can anybody do it that's passed the that got the rear licence?
yeah, you just got to have your A licence, and then you can go. I told them that I were a novice, it's not a problem. So Steve, who were with me, had been riding a lot longer. But it's just like what Graham said at the end. He said, by the end of, if I do level 3, then I might still not be as good as Steve at level 1. But it's all about you personally and how they coach you through. But at no point in any of this did I feel belittled or like I got imposter syndrome. They spoke to me
like a novice.
No, not at all. They just spoke to me like man to man and just helped me through it, which is good because, especially at my age when you're starting, you can have sometimes where there's a bit of a condescending tone towards you, and absolutely didn't happen that, which helps you to learn, don't it?
So this kind of thing, would you recommend it to anybody?
Well, we've done videos, haven't we, in the past where we've talked about money that's spent. These courses, they're not cheap. Obviously, the prices will change, so I'm not mentioning it here, but you can find it on their website. I think, and I'm not saying this because I've done the course with them, because I got on with lads and everything, but this is just straight from the hip. It is the best money that I've spent on biking.
And you spent quite a bit. So you think that the training is worth it?
100%. In fact, I go as far as to say, if you're on your first bike, don't think about upgrading your bike until you've done some advanced training, because the bike that you've got, chances are you can ride it better.
Or maybe people aren't riding it to its full potential.
That's it.
Yeah.
Whether you would do it to its full potential anyway on a road, you probably can't. But yeah, that's true. It makes a huge difference. That bike does way more. Probably, I mean, you got to think, it's where I started. People might be faster naturally than me or whatever, but that bike's just like, it's almost like I've just tripled the horsepower on it.
So it's working. The way you've been taught to ride that bike has changed your riding then?
Well, I suppose this is where it gets to it. We've just ridden over here.
We have.
What do you think?
I can absolutely tell a difference behind the back of you.
In what way?
I feel like I'm not that I was too much before, but I feel more planted.
Right.
I feel more, I'm not wiggling around much, and we're not sort of like banging.
Okay. What about pace?
I feel like you're going faster.
But we're not like going above speed limit.
No, I don't. Maybe you're just more confident in the corners before, whereas before maybe we just tootled around them.
Right.
Whereas now I feel like we're just going through the corner.
Yeah.
I feel really safe.
Well, that's good.
I'm not saying I didn't before, but I feel safer now.
Less surprises.
Yeah, less surprises.
It gets rid of the surprises.
We've been doing this a while. That's a bit of time. We know each other, I suppose, as well in terms of that, but definitely different.
What about coming out of corners?
You seem to be quite stable, nippy.
Brisk. Power it out of a corner.
Great word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard you say power. So you're thinking about Graham, aren't you, around the corners?
Yeah. So that's rapid training, BikeMaster 1. So I'm booked on BikeMaster 2.
Is that UK wide?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, UK wide. So there's some links down in the description.
And is there an insurance thing around that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, actually they do. So if you go with an insurance company, they've got a deal where you can get up to 20% off. I'm not sure how it works.
When you finish them?
But yeah, I think even if you've got like BikeMaster 1, you can let them know and they'll take some off. I don't know if that 20% builds up as you go through 1, 2 and 3.
And you don't have to do 1, 2 and 3, you could just do 1.
No. Well, okay, I think you can not do 1 if you've got your IAM or ROSPA, if you've got that.
Okay.
That 2-day that I've just done is like a
equivalent
intense version of that.
So would you recommend it?
Yeah, I recommend it to anybody, I think.
To anybody?
I think so, yeah. Just because it's a different way of thinking now. You guys that have been riding 30, 40, 50 years, you might be doing all that, I don't know. But it just seemed to be like a really structured way to ride. But definitely for a new rider, because as good as it is. I thought when I did my test
Yep.
that were a bit long and convoluted. Not the training, just the government
process.
side of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not at all. There's loads to learn, obviously, but it doesn't tell you what you get in this. It's not just like, you know, oh, let's remember where we stop and stop at a stop sign. This is like, right, this is what your bike will do, and this is how you can ride it.
And I suppose it's any age, because if Steve's been riding, did you say, for 30 years, all of a sudden he must have thought, oh, I'm going to have a go.
No, Steve's not been riding that long. Steve had a bit of a break, I think. If I heard Steve ride, he had a bit of a break and then he came back to it.
Okay.
He'd ridden like smaller bikes.
Okay.
And now he's on his big beast Ducati. I'm booked on for the second one,
Yep.
which is a 3-day event, or 3-day course. The first day is a track day.
A track day.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, I can't wait. We actually went down to the track.
Yeah.
And they showed us how it all goes off. It looks amazing,
Yeah.
really well organised. And I might have to get some leathers for it just to fit in a bit better. But
And you're doing it on this?
yeah, doing it on this. And so you do that day, and then there's 2 more days out on the road where you're applying what you've learned on the track. So the idea is it's machine control. So it's all about being on the track. You've got nothing gonna, you know, come out at you.
Yeah.
So it gives you the chance to, I suppose, run it a bit hotter than what you can on the road, so that then when you get out on the road, you're like dialing it back, but same
Okay.
techniques, and you're a bit, you know, you're safe.
Damn you.
Feel like Valentino Rossi. But not the bike rider, you know, that ice cream one from Barnsley. If you're from Barnsley, you'll know who Rossi Ice Creams is. And if, sorry if it's you, I don't know. Yeah, so there you go, rapid training. Would you recommend it, being a pillion?
Yes, I would recommend it. Yeah.
And so if you're a pillion rider, you'd recommend your rider to have it done? Yeah.
Not for me, I don't think Graham could do much with my skills.
I bet he could. Good. Anyway, we're going to update you on Claire's. So I hope this video was a little bit better format for you. Thank you so much for watching, and we shall see you next time.